Right then, today it's time for a St. Joseph's double. First of all in the Rock Cup semi-final, then the Gibraltar Cup semi-final. We win these, we could be on to a massive, massive season. So without further ado, St. Joseph's in the Rock Cup semi-final. I've done it again. I did the same in the last video. I've done it again this time. I completely forgot I'm recording a video and I just pressed play and went straight into it. Right, we are here though. The match is underway. This is our team, as you can see. Pretty much normal, no real big changes, although Gardner is in today. Due to an injury to the other guy. That's a really helpful sentence, I know. Also, James Dean comes in at right back, or left back should I say, sorry, due to the injury to Blake. So it's a good little mixture of a team. It's a team that should be strong enough to win this game against St. Joseph's either way. Hopefully, anyway. I'm a little bit worried how this game has started. Not incredibly strong so far. Gavizo, big ball forward, but it's gone to absolutely nobody. Finds Barnett. Now sends the ball over the top to Hernandez. Pitaluga picks it up. Come on, lads. We can do this. Lopez's big ball forward. Here's Cassano. To Pope. Looking for the ball over the top once again, but it's just lofted for no reason. Now all of a sudden they're on the counter-attack. Hernandez on the ball. Saved by Jerome Pitaluga. Butterworth clears the ball out to Gardner. Can we do something with it this time though? Let's not just punt it into nowhere and hope for the best. It's a free kick. Lozano gives away against Gardner. That has really slowed our progression down in this game. That's a bit annoying to be honest, but it is what it is. Benali's ball in. Pope's there. Oh, heads off the crossbar. That was a big chance that was to take the lead just before half-time. And it goes in at 0-0. Pretty even shot-wise. However, we are in control of the possession. I'm going to say cautiously that I'm far from pleased from what I've just seen. We're going to fire everybody up, hopefully. And there's Rowan. Right, Pitaluga. Gavizo. Here's Fran Alvarez, forward to Butterworth. Cassano. Big ball forward, finds Benali. Get in there. Ferry Benali's 18th goal of the season. Makes it 1-0 here against St. Joseph's. If we hold this, we're going to secure ourselves a second cup final. Big ball from Cassano finds it perfectly. Benali, and the keeper came out towards him and he just chips it over his head into the back of the net. Right, we lead. We freaking lead. And then we've got the Gibraltar Cup coming in a few days' time, remember, as well. So what I am going to do is I'm actually going to, this is risky, I'm going to take Benali off and bring on Recalde, who can't play in the Gibraltar Cup, of course, because of his nationality. So just going to rest him. I wanted to make sure he is available for that next game. Gavizo, big ball forward, looking for Gardner. It's gone over his head. Dropped to Juanma. Lozano. Plays a big ball over the top to Clinton. Oh, good save. Jerome Pitaluga, who is getting stronger and stronger every game at the moment. An hour in and we still lead 1-0. Good to rest players like Mick Campbell leaning that in this sort of game as well. We're going to do another couple of substitutions. Let's bring on Dave Taylor in place of Pope. And also bring on Osborne in place of Sears. Just want to keep people safe, and we want to also give people a bit of match fitness ready for the other game against St. Joseph's in a few days' time. At the same time, we need to make sure we do hold on to this win as well. Osborne, big punt forward. Butterworth nicks it off the defender. Across to Cassano, who's now in space. Can he? Can he? He can! 2-0. We lead here. And all of a sudden, we feel a lot more safer in this scenario. Butterworth stole it from the defender. Plays it perfectly across to Cassano. And Cassano doesn't really miss. He hasn't got the best stats in the game by the looks of it. But to be honest, he has scored quite a lot of goals for us over the last couple of seasons. Been a very, very effective player for us. And there we go, 2-0. I think we're in a very good position. We could be making our way to our second semi-final. Second final, I should say. Butterworth's ball in, looking for Gavizzo. Don't know why we're committing this many players forward this late in the game. And we might actually get punished for it now as Lozano brings that ball forward. He's doing well with it as well. Manu Dimas puts it wide. And we're going to see the game out here for a nice 2-0 victory. Boom! We are now into the Rock Cup final as well as the Bright Stars Trophy final as well. However, one more big semi-final awaits, and that is in the Gibraltar Cup. Let's get straight into it. Here we go then into our second semi-final of the video. Gibraltar Cup, so of course everyone in your squad has to have Gibraltarian nationality or British nationality, I believe it is. So first of all then in goal we have got Jerome Pitaluga. At left back we stick with Matt Blake. The two centre backs today are going to be Mark Pope alongside Alan Gavizzo. Apparently, this is news to me, Antonio Conte was at the previous game. Keep an eye on Gavizzo, which is interesting. Ryan Sears plays up the right. Charlie Rowan plays the CDM. We have Claudio Almeida at the centre mid spot. And alongside him, Nick Campbell-Lean. The attacking midfielder is going to be Gary Butterworth. And our two strikers today are going to be Dominic Gardner. And he is going to be playing alongside... Is he on... Have we brought him? No, he was on loan last year at St. Joseph's. And alongside him, of course, Farid Benali. Let's go. So we're going to tell them passionately that we expect to win and keep our good run going. As we should be. Let's get ourselves to the third cup final this season. We have links, by the way, in the Bright Stars Trophy final. We've got Europa FC in the Rock Cup final. And I believe we could end up with Lincoln Red Imps in the final of this one. Penalty! After 12 minutes technically, it is a penalty. Nick Campbell-Lean to take as always. And slams it home as always. Nice. I'll take that. I'll take that all day long. It was a good penalty by Campbell-Lean. The last few have actually been quite straight, so this one at least was towards a corner. I mean, it wasn't in the corner, but it was towards it at least. Right, can we build upon this now? Gardner. Here's Juanma. Of course, you do gain Gibraltarian nationality after playing in the country for 2 years. So a lot of the Spanish and Argentinian players will do that. That's why Claudio Almeida can play here today, because he has now picked up Gibraltarian nationality. As Campbell-Lean slams it into the back of the net. Normally his goals are penalties, but that was a stunning goal. A very, very good goal, that one. Sears, ball across to Bernali, who played it back to Cambolin, who took one touch and then slammed it in the far top corner. Very, very impressive. Alright, let's keep pushing forward then. Maybe Cambolin can get himself a first half hat-trick here, actually. Ball in, it's an own goal. No, it's not. It's a Bernali goal. We're 3-0 up. Wow. Looks like we might have booked our place in the final already after the first 30 minutes of this game, leading 3-0. What a result this has been. Well, it's not a result yet. It's only half an hour in, aren't we? But the game is looking incredibly good for us so far. Go on, keep pushing, keep pushing. Alright, Gavizo, big ball forward. Fernandez now over the top to Clinton. Don't let him score. Nah, the ball's gone really wide there. Okay, so we're doing really well here. I mean, again, it's a game that we can look to take a couple of players off and rest them for later dates. We're going to tell them passionately we're very happy with how things are going. Right, so 51 minutes in. Right, so let's make those substitutions now, though. So let's bring on Alonso for Blake. Alonso could do with some more first-team football. Arab can come on in place of Bernali. And let's bring on Dean in place of Sears. Let's get a few players rested, why not? We're in a good position, we can afford to do that. Right. Alonso's throw to Rowan. Back to Almeida. Here's Cambolin, who is on a hat-trick, remember. Out wide to Dean, who's freshly on the bench. Or freshly on the pitch. All the way over the top to Gardner. Cuts it back to Alonso. Ball into the middle. Yunus Arab puts it wide. And as a highlight, once again, this time it's going to start with them. Come on, get that ball back. Let's keep a nice clean sheet. Maybe not. It's 3-1. Not ideal. Not ideal at all. But as long as we don't concede any more, that's going to be the main thing. Yeah, it was completely unmarked there, wasn't it, for Andrew Hernandez? Completely unmarked. "15 minutes remain for us to hold on. Come on. I think we've done it. It looks like we are pretty much secure in this. Oh, maybe not. There's a last minute highlight. So let's go to a very defensive formation. Let's just hold on. And there we go. Lovely jubbly. A 3-1 victory against St. Joseph's puts us into another final. It was a great first half. Wasn't the best second half performance, but it'll do the trick. Now let's have a look at the schedule. As you can see, boom, we found it. Oh no, maybe not. There we go. So we've got links to the Bright Stars Trophy final. We've got Europa FC in the Rock Cup final. We've got Lincoln Red Imps in the Gibraltar Cup final. This is going to be a very interesting into our season. So I'm going to start pushing forward now, and I'm going to bring you back when our youth intake comes in. So I've been Shabby Gamer, thank you much for watching, and I'll see you very, very soon for our youth intake, and hopefully another golden generation emerges. Bye.